Nearly 900,000 matric pupils will begin their final exams tomorrow. Umalusi, the council responsible for overseeing the National Senior Certificate, says it's all systems go for the crucial finals. Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga also provided updates on the state of readiness a little earlier. We've got Biki Lepota, who's the Umalusi spokesperson, who joins us this afternoon for more. A very good afternoon to you, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. What were some of the major concerns that Umalusi made sure were dealt with ahead of this year's examinations?
Good afternoon, Rofiwa, and good afternoon to the viewers of ENCA, and thanks for the opportunity. Yes, indeed, Umalusi has made a pronouncement to say the system is ready for the conduct of the 2023 end-of-the-year examinations. In respect of concerns, the concerns remain the same concerns that we've expressed in the previous years. Those include load shedding, they include community protest, and of course, cheating. With respect to load shedding, we are encouraged by the work that has been done because our concern has always been learners need to be afforded the opportunity to demonstrate their true potential unhindered. And as we speak, some of the examinations that require the availability of power have already been written, such as your computer application technology. With respect to community protest, we continue to make an appeal to members of the South African public to please allow the learners to participate in the examinations unhindered, because as much as community members do have a constitutional right to demonstrate whenever they are unhappy with whatever, learners at the same time do have a constitutional right to receive education unhindered. In terms of cheating, on the basis of the work that we have done and the reports that we have received from all the assessment bodies, Umalusi is happy that the system has been strengthened to avoid what has happened in the past. And we want to remind everybody participating in the system that cheating carries the harshest sentence, because that ranges from nullification of the results obtained by the learners to barring of the learners from participating in the subsequent examinations. And if any invigilator or any teacher is found in this form of malpractice, they will face the full might of the law. The department or whatever the assessment body that they belong to will have to put them through disciplinary measures.
You've mentioned three important components there: load shedding, protests and cheating. On the load shedding issue, has Umalusi been satisfied that the schools have been afforded adequate resources to deal with the different stages? It has come back stage 2 and 3 indefinitely, and while you are happy with some of the initiatives that have been taken at a national level, the schools still need the resources to make sure that, as you made the example, that exams around IT, which use computers and the like, do continue despite the different stages.
That is correct. We are encouraged by the work that has been done. In respect of the examination centers, we're talking here about just under 10,000 places where the examinations will be administered. And on the basis of the reports that we have received from all the assessment bodies, and by the assessment bodies here, we're talking about the Department of Basic Education, the Independent Examinations Board, the South African Comprehensive Assessment Institute, as well as the Department of Higher Education and Training. The reports they have submitted to Umalusi and the audit that we've conducted do indicate that plans are in place. Some of the examination centers have received backup generators, and some of the schools have acquired solar panels. So work has been done. And at the same time, we're encouraged by the discussions that have been entered into by the Department of Basic Education as well as ESCOM management to ensure that whenever they consider when to subject the country to load shedding, they take the issues of timetabling into account. So we are, as we speak, we do not have major concerns, but of course, you can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow. But we are happy on the basis of the reports that we've received.
No, you can never predict anything. anything that could happen in this country. But like you say, we make the effort anyway. Umalusi has also raised concerns a few weeks ago about accredited institutions and making sure that parents or guardians are sending their children to write in accredited institutions. Where are we when it comes to unaccredited or illegal writing examination centers? And what are parents or guardians to look out for when making sure that they're taking learners to the correct centers?
Thank you for the question. We have been for some time now advising members of the public, learners and parents alike, to ensure that before they make a decision to enroll their learners with these places of education, they, especially the private or independent ones, they make sure that they visit the website of Umalusi to check if indeed those are accredited with Umalusi. And you simply do, you visit the Umalusi website, www.umalusi.ac.za, and you go to the icon labeled accredited institutions. There you will find a list of all the institutions that are accredited. If an institution is not accredited with Umalusi, for the qualifications that Umalusi is responsible for quality assuring, by qualifications we're talking the National Senior Certificate, N2 and 3, the NCV levels 2 to 4, and the GETC qualification. If any institution is not accredited, that means they may not conduct examinations that are quality assured by Umalusi. So we continue to advise people to exercise caution, because on the basis of the previous incidents, people were made to write examinations at places which are not in the books of Umalusi, and those learners, as we speak today, have not received their results because they are unaccredited. So if you're not able to get in touch of the information on the Umalusi website, we encourage everybody to check with the Provincial Education Department or the district offices in the provinces where they are located, so that we ensure that everybody writes this examination at accredited centers.
Mr. Biki, how prevalent is the instances of unaccredited institutions? And I ask this because not only do we have physical matric examination centers, but there is a growth in online schooling and the like. And so one wonders, has there been a growth that Umalusi has seen in people that are taking chances and scamming parents and learners?
Yes, we have seen a growth of online education provision, but Umalusi is on record as saying, as we speak, the country does not have a legislation to regulate online provision, but discussions are ongoing between the Department of Basic Education and relevant authorities to ensure that there is such a framework, so that if anybody says, I am here and I am an online provider of education, where do I start? So that they know where to start in terms of registration, after which they will then come knocking at the door of Umalusi. So, but as we speak, we do not have a framework to regulate how this matter can be handled. In terms of online places, what has happened is that every year the private examinations bodies or assessment bodies, they do have some institutions which are online providers or online places where learners are allowed to write examinations, but those are under the fold of the private assessment bodies. Here we're talking about the IEB and Sakai. So if parents have got learners who are registered at such places, they just need to phone either the IEB or Sakai to check that indeed those online places are accredited to administer the exams. And before either Sakai or the IEB can use those places as places to administer exams, an application is made to Umalusi for Umalusi to consider granting concessions for those places to be used as places of examination. So we continue to encourage learners and parents to exercise caution, so that before you sit an exam at any place, you are sure that the place is accredited if it is a private place.
Finally, what message would you offer learners, Mr. Biki? Because there is a lot of pressure to pass the exams, and while the Minister has assured us that there are security measures that have been put in place to make sure there's no paper leaks and opportunities for learners to cheat, what message would you give a learner who might get tempted if a paper is put in front of them and that has the answers, the consequences that that learner could face when it comes to them obtaining their national senior certificate?
Two things. Firstly, in respect of the pass rate, Umalusi's mandate does not concern itself with how many learners pass. Our mandate is to ensure that the examinations are written or administered in line with the relevant policy, and to ensure that standards do not drop. We keep maintaining and or improving the standards going forward. In respect of cheating, we are encouraged by the work that the department has done, because this year they have ensured that both the learners and their parents, they sign the pledges, which pledges say, I as so-and-so pledge to not involve myself in any form of malpractice. Because if you involve yourself in such and you are caught, you are going to have your results nullified, and you are going to be excluded from the examination system for up to a period of 3 years. So you'll be sitting at home doing nothing. We are encouraging learners to use whatever time that remains between now and the examinations, just to ensure that they are ready for the exams. And we know that there are many programs that the department and other assessment bodies have put in place, the catch-up measures that learners can participate in, just to ensure that they are ready for the examination. Cheating is a no-no.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be excluded from the examination system for up to 3 years is quite the consequence. So thank you. We just hope that learners were listening to that message and will do their best to make sure that they are not tempted to cheat in any way or to participate in any action that could put at risk the quality of the examinations of 2023. That, of course, is the spokesperson for Umalusi, Mr. Biki Lepota, joining us this afternoon.